Okay, welcome to April 10th. It's Friday. I'm Colby from Mitten Fitness. Today's workout, all you're going to need is 2 equally heavy objects, as well as a timer. Today we're going to start with a warm-up, 3 rounds of shin boxes and forward folds. We're going to do 3 of those. Then we're going to do 6 overhead good mornings. I'll show you those. And then we're going to do 9 tempo air squats with a 3-second descent. And I'll show you those. So first for the shin box forward folds. All right, feet are slightly apart. Start by folding the inside of your right knee to the ground. Boom, that's a shin box. Now, you're going to fold yourself over that left foot. Nice and easy, you're just warming up. Then come back, bring that foot back, bring the left inside knee to the ground, make the shin box, fold over your right foot. Only go as far as your body's letting you. Make sure you're comfortable, able to breathe. Come back up. You're gonna repeat those for 3 per side. Then you're gonna roll into 6 overhead good mornings. We've done these before, but put your arms up, reach to the ceiling. Head is in neutral in line with the arms. Push your hips back, butt back until you can't. And then come back up. What we want to be careful of is that we're not losing this midline stability. We're not curling over here. So as soon as that butt is back as far as it'll go, with the legs slightly straight, slight bend in the knee, come right back up. Overhead good mornings. 6 of those, and then we're going to do 9 tempo air squats. And with those, I'd like a 3-second descent. Go ahead and count out loud till you get the feel for a 3-second descent. 1, 2, 3, and up. 1, 2, 3, and up. You get the idea. All right, press pause, work through 3 rounds of those movements. You can meet me back here for strength. For today's conditioning, we've got a 9-minute AMRAP, as many repetitions as possible of 3 dumbbell deadlifts and then 3 dumbbell push presses. I'll show you those movements in a second. And these repetitions are going to increase by 3 reps each round. So the first round, you're doing 3 dumbbell deadlifts. First round, you're doing 3 dumbbell deadlifts and 3 dumbbell push presses. Second round, you're doing 6 dumbbell deadlifts, 6 dumbbell push presses. Third round, 9 dumbbell deadlifts and 9 dumbbell push presses. We'll get a little spicy by the end of those 9 minutes. All right, for those movements, dumbbell deadlifts or 2 equally heavy object deadlifts, 2 milk carton deadlifts. For those deadlifts, you're going to have the hip width stance like you would with the barbell. You're going to reach down, grab those dumbbells by the handle. They're going to be to the side, kind of in that neutral grip. And then your midline is going to be nice and stable. I'll turn so you can see the other side as well. And then you're just going to stand. Your hips and your shoulders are going to rise at the same time until you fully extend those knees and those hips, okay? So from this side, same thing, I'll descend for you. Butt back, knees down. Tap the front of those dumbbells to the floor. Come back up. Keep that midline stable. Boom. Dumbbell deadlift. 3 of those, and then you do 3 dumbbell push presses. Depending on the weight that you've got and how heavy that is, make sure you get those to the front rack position responsibly. So if that means a hang clean, do it right, okay? If they're light enough to curl up, that's fine. All right, so for the push press, you're in the rack position with those dumbbells. Push press allows you to dip, right? Knees down, knees out, into position 1. Back is still straight like you're against the wall. And then you drive that knee extension up, and you use that to make these dumbbells a little lighter on the press. So it's going to look like this. Dumbbell push press. All right. So remember, 9 minutes. First round is 3 dumbbell deadlifts, 3 dumbbell push presses. Increases by 3 reps each round. So second round is 6 dumbbell deadlifts, 6 dumbbell push presses, and so on until that 9-minute timer beeps at you and tells you that you may rest. All right, press pause. Have fun with this one. I'll see you back here for a cool down. Welcome back for strength. Today we have, again, 2 supersets. The first superset involves goblet squats. We're going to do 4 sets of 12 to 15 goblet squats. Rest for 30 seconds. Then we're going to do Turkish Get-ups. Turkish Get-ups, 4 sets of 2 to 3 each side on the Turkish Get-ups. Rest for 30 seconds. Go back to those goblet squats. So I'll go over those first 2 movements on the superset, and then I'll do the second superset with you. All right, so the first movement of that first superset is a goblet squat. So whether it's a dumbbell, kettlebell, whatever you have, any random heavy object, you just want to get it up into that racked position called the goblet position. Elbows are in, object is kind of resting in your chest there. Find your squat stance. Start with the butt back, down to parallel or just below, and then back up. Keeping that midline stable, keeping that object racked. Boom. Goblet squats. 12 to 15 of those. The next movement is called a Turkish Get-up. This has a lot of steps to it, so bear with me. You're also welcome to do these without weight to start. If that's where you need to start, there's no shame in that. Let's do it right. Okay, so for the Turkish Get-up, you're gonna lay on the ground. Try this at an angle for you. Whichever side you're lifting first, this time it's, for me right now, it's gonna be the right side. If this right arm is up, this right leg is up, or knee is up. All right? So you're basically starting from the press position, press that object up over your head, and the whole time you're doing this movement, guys, you're gonna be looking at this object that you're pressing up. So you're gonna basically be looking at the ceiling the whole time. All right? So from here, we sit up. You can use that elbow, that left elbow, to sit up. No problem there. Then you plank that left arm out, kick the hips up, still looking at that object above your head, shoot the leg under, that left leg under, getting into that lunge position, 90-90, and then from here all you have to do is stand it up. All right, everything's nice and stacked, and then you reverse that movement. So the first thing that happens is you lunge down, get back into that 90-90, plant the hand, the left hand, still looking up at that object, shooting that leg back out and through, butt down, drop to the elbow, left elbow, then drop all the way down. Object comes here, switches over to the opposite hand, and repeat. All right, so then now it's in my left hand, left knee goes up, this hand, right hand goes down, press the object up above your head, looking at that object, sit up, use that elbow if you want, looking at that object still, plank out that right hand, kick the hips up, shoot the leg under, Get into that 90-90 lunge position and stand it up. Then reverse it. Come on back down. Okay, so that's Turkish Get-up. You're gonna do 2 or 3 reps of those. I challenge you to do all 3 each side. Rest for 30 seconds. Go back to those goblet squats. That's superset number 1. After superset number 1, you do 4 sets of each of those 2 movements. Rest for 60 seconds. Rest for 60 seconds between those supersets. The second superset involves goblet reverse lunges. So just like in the goblet squat, bring that object up, rack it, bring it up to your chest, rack it, elbows are in, and then again with the reverse lunges, you step backwards and come back up. All right, so that's that first movement of the second superset. You're doing 8 to 10 reps per leg on those. So that would be 16 to 20 total reverse lunges. Rest for 30 seconds after that. Go to the dumbbell lateral raise or heavy object lateral raises. A lateral raise is basically a shoulder exercise. Bring them out to a T and back down. Lateral raise. You can do them standing. I like to engage the core. Do them standing. You can do them seated. Your core is still engaged. So for those lateral raises, you're doing 3 sets of 12 to 15 each. Resting for 30 seconds. Going back to those goblet reverse lunges that you were doing 3 sets of 8 to 10 each. Resting for 30 seconds and so on until you've done 3 sets of both of those movements. All right, let's press pause and come on back for conditioning after that. Welcome back for the cool down. We've got 2 different movements for cool down. One's going to be the lizard pose, and we're going to do 30-second holds for each side. I'll show you the lizard pose in a second, and then we're going to do scorpion stretch, and that's again going to be 30 seconds each side, just kind of resting and stretching in those. I'll also show you the dynamic version of that in case you just want to go dynamic back and forth. All right, for that lizard pose, you're going to get down on the ground. You're going to have your right leg is forward, left hand on the ground. You're going to grab that left foot with your right hand, and then you're going to kind of ease forward, stretching that hip flexor area and that quad attachment, and just kind of leaning forward into that. Now you can gradually hold and breathe, and every time you exhale, try to stretch a little further for 30 solid seconds. Or you, again, can go dynamic with that and release the tension, go back in. Trying to get a deeper stretch, though, each time on that hip flexor front area. I'll do it with the opposite leg. You might get a better view. So again, grabbing your right foot with your left hand and just bringing that left foot forward so that you can kind of lean in and stretch that hip flexor area. Really good quad stretch here too. And if you can, bring that chest up high. And again, you can either do that static, trying to stretch a little deeper each breath, or releasing and dynamically going deeper. So that is the lizard pose. The second one is the scorpion stretch. Some of you might be familiar with this one. Basically laying on your stomach for this. Your arms are out just above 90. And then let's start with the left leg. You're going to bring that left foot over the back, and you should feel a stretch in your right shoulder, and then a kind of an opening up of your thoracic area. And you don't want to touch the ground with this. You just want to let it hover. You get a little more of a stretch out of it that way. And again, you can hold these for 30 seconds. Or if you want, you can do these dynamically by rotating each side. Just make sure those arms are straight, slightly above 90 with those hands, arms, and really feeling that stretch. Keeping that leg hovering, not touching the ground with that foot. Scorpion stretch. So 30 seconds each side of those, about a minute total time for each of those movements. That's your cool down. After that, you can do the shutdown challenge, or you can fast forward through this cool down, do the shutdown challenge, then come back and do the cool down. Might be better. Anyway, that's April 2nd for you. Have a great day, you guys. Welcome back. Now for the shutdown challenge. The reps will be in your description. I'm going to demo the movements right now. First, you have ab mats. If you don't have an ab mat, you can use a folded sweatshirt. You can even use a couch pillow, small pillow. Tuck that object of cushion, lumbar support up against your tailbone. Feet face each other. Your legs are in the butterfly position. Back, touch the ground, up. Make sure your shoulders cross the plane. That's an ab mat sit-up. Next, after that is lunges. It's pretty straightforward. Try to find that 90 in the knee. Don't track too far over the toe. Stand back up. Same thing. Alternate legs. Make sure that stride's wide enough to find that 90. After lunges, push-ups. Push-ups look like this. Chest to the ground, if you can. Knees, if you can't do feet from the foot position. And if you need to scale even further, find a bench, ottoman, chair, and do the push-ups to the bench. And last but not least, we have burpees. Burpees. Drop to the floor, jump up. Or up downs or squat thrusts, plank out, up. Okay, enjoy that challenge. We'll see you tomorrow for the next Stay at Home Get Ripped workout. Thanks so much, you guys. Hey folks, really appreciate you tuning in. Please do us a favor, press that like button, subscribe, find us on Facebook, find us on Instagram. Like us, follow us. Stay healthy.